What if I told you that Bubba Wallace's moment at the front of the pack at Talladega Superspeedway didn't just end his own race? It might have sparked one of the most heated debates NASCAR has seen in a long time. Right now, the racing world is completely divided. One side insists Bubba triggered the massive wreck that tore through the field. The other side argues he was the victim of a brutal shove from behind with nowhere to go. The fallout: 26 cars wrecked in one of the biggest big ones in recent memory. Championship contenders saw their days end in seconds, and the incident has left fans, drivers, and analysts pointing fingers in every direction. Let's go back to how it all unfolded. The race at Talladega didn't start like a powder keg. NASCAR actually extended the first stage close to 100 laps, hoping the longer run would encourage patience and reduce early chaos. For a while, the strategy worked. Drivers were conserving fuel, positioning carefully, and avoiding unnecessary risks. But once Stage 2 kicked off, the mood shifted dramatically. The pack bunched up tightly, the bumping and drafting grew more aggressive, and at nearly 200 miles per hour, patience turned into all-out commitment. Then came lap 115. Bubba Wallace was out front leading the race. Ross Chastain got a strong run and lined up to push him. What happened next wasn't a gentle tap, it was a forceful hit that turned Wallace's car sideways almost instantly. The handling went loose, the field stacked up behind him with no escape routes, and the chaos exploded. Cars spinning, debris flying, thick smoke filling the air. When the dust settled, a massive 26-car pileup had wiped out a huge chunk of the field, including top names like Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, and Kyle Larson. The race was red-flagged, and for many drivers, their afternoon was finished. That single moment ignited an online firestorm. Half the fans immediately blamed Wallace, claiming a poor block or overly aggressive positioning caused the wreck. The other half pushed back hard, saying the real culprit was the aggressive shove from Chastain that destabilized the lead car. The truth, as always in these superspeedway wrecks, sits somewhere in the messy middle. Bubba's own response only added fuel to the debate. On the team radio, frustration was clear as he reacted to the situation. But in his television interview, he struck a more reflective tone. "We've got to figure out how to be pushed better. I take responsibility." Some viewers saw that as a mature admission. Others felt it sounded like he was shifting some blame away from himself. Social media turned into a battlefield with heated arguments, calls for penalties, and endless replays. The controversy grew even bigger when Fox Sports shared the interview clip. Sharp-eyed fans noticed the edit. The sarcastic opener Bubba had used was cut out entirely. Whether it was a simple editing choice or something more, it instantly raised suspicions and accusations of damage control. Interestingly, several other drivers didn't pile on Wallace. Ryan Blaney shrugged it off with a classic line, "That's just what this racing is." Joey Logano took it further, saying something along the lines of "save fuel or crash, pick one." Comments like these started steering the conversation away from one individual driver and toward the bigger picture: NASCAR's current superspeedway racing package itself. The cars feel incredibly sensitive at these tracks. They rely heavily on drafting and pushing, yet they can become unstable in a heartbeat. One slightly misplaced bump at the wrong moment and the entire field can pay the price. Talladega has always been unpredictable, but this latest wreck has many wondering if the current setup is simply too explosive. So the real question everyone is asking: was Bubba Wallace at the center of the wreck? Absolutely. Did he execute the perfect move? No, but was the entire incident solely his fault? Not by a long shot. This kind of racing at restrictor plate tracks feels like a ticking time bomb waiting for the next trigger. Now shift the focus inside 23XI Racing, where the contrast between teammates couldn't be sharper. While Tyler Reddick has been on an absolute tear, 5 wins in just 9 races, a pace not seen since legends like Dale Earnhardt in 1987, Bubba Wallace finds himself watching from the same garage, waiting for his own breakthrough. Reddick isn't just winning races, he's dominating them. He's leading the championship standings and looks like the driver to beat almost every weekend. Even at Kansas, where fuel strategy and overtime restarts could have derailed him, Reddick found a way to pull through. That level of success naturally brings noise. Online speculation has grown louder, with some fans throwing around wild cheating accusations and questioning how one car can be so much faster. There's no evidence to support those claims, but the chatter creates a different atmosphere around the team. Bubba Wallace, to his credit, has been having a respectable season. Sitting 8th in points with multiple top 10 finishes and competitive runs most weekends, he's far from struggling. Yet when your teammate is rewriting the record books, solid can start to feel frustratingly average. That's why Bubba's recent comments hit so hard. He didn't complain or make excuses. Instead, he spoke with raw honesty that many drivers would avoid. "When is it our turn?" Those words weren't born from jealousy, they came from pure hunger and ambition. He openly praised the team's preseason work and the improvements they've made, recognizing that the speed is clearly there. For Bubba, it's now a matter of execution and capitalizing on opportunities. He even shared a relatable moment from Kansas. His car felt strong, running comfortably inside the top 10 and inching closer to the top 5. Then Reddick came flying by in the 45 car. Bubba's lighthearted reaction, "Never mind, maybe next week," perfectly captured the current dynamic. Every time he seems on the verge of something big, his teammate raises the bar even higher. Bubba knows long droughts better than most. He endured over 100 races without a victory before finally breaking through, so his perspective carries real weight. He's not sounding defeated, he sounds determined. Running 8th in points keeps him firmly in the hunt, but the internal standard at 23 Xi has been elevated by Reddick's excellence. This kind of teammate pressure isn't destructive. It's the productive kind that forces everyone in the organization to improve. Reddick has set a new benchmark, and now the entire team is chasing it. For Reddick, the expectation is simple: win or be surprised. For Bubba, the path forward is clear: convert consistent top 10s into top 5s, then turn those top 5s into victories. If Wallace can break through and join Reddick at that elite level, 23XI racing could suddenly become a nightmare for the rest of the NASCAR field. This isn't just a tale of one driver's dominance. It's a story about internal competition, personal motivation, and what happens when a teammate's success lights a fire under everyone else. The season is still young and the story is far from finished. What do you think? Is Bubba Wallace on the verge of his own breakout, or is Tyler Reddick simply operating on a level that no one else can currently touch right now?